everyone. Hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yagomasima, здравствуйте, привет, bunna, dzień dobry, sziastok, hello, xin chào, yabosio, tere, salam alaikum, saskriakal, marhaban, merhaba. My name is Brunel. Welcome to my channel. So we are doing a foundation test. This I thought would be an interesting concept actually from Lush. It is called a slap stick. It costs £16.95 and it's 30 grams. It comes in a solid format, so more environmentally friendly, less packaging, and it's made up. It's actually more of a glowy foundation, to be fair. It's made up of quite a lot of oil. It's got, I believe here, reading through here, up to about 45% coconut oil. It also has other ingredients in there. There's a long list of ingredients, so please just go on our website and have a look through. I'll try and put a direct link to the ingredients themselves, but if not, you can definitely double check. It is vegan, it is cruelty free, and what else? Yes, so I think that's about it here, really. Has up to 40 shades, and from what I can see of the darker shades, darker skin tone shades, there's about 10 of them. It's got different undertone, which is neutral, cool, and warm, so hence the N and W and C at the end of each one. And I was in two minds as to whether to get the 35W, or which is for warm, or 33W. I ended up buying 35W. And yeah, so it comes in very, very easy. It comes in a small packaging. You'll see it further down in a video, in a small packaging, more like as if it's in a matchstick. And yeah, so it says here, so you want a breathable foundation with buildable coverage and a natural neutral undertone. A foundation that looks incredible, feels invisible, and does amazing things for your skin. But what you normally get is heavy foundation that clogs, cakes, or doesn't quite give you the coverage that you want, or the ingredients your skin would really appreciate until now, according to Lush. Say hello to post-facial radiance. So radiant foundation, skin so dewy you could have just hit the spa, and ingredients so luxurious they hydrate, soften, and rejuvenate with every application. With 40 shades available, also with warm and cool undertone to cater for every complexion. Your skin's never had it this good before. That's what it says. Now, each Lush slapstick is each Lush slapstick is an enriching, highly buildable blend of coveted artisan ingredients and pigment packed with softening nut oils. So if you've got an allergic reaction to nuts, nut oils, and to make your complexion glow. This medium coverage foundation composes of 14% pigment and 45% Indonesian coconut oil. Makes mask-like foundation a thing of the past. Blah, 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 blah. It's got a list of all the ingredients, and so waxes and oils. And basically, majority of it is oils and waxes as well. So you use that. A little goes a long way. So that's what I decided to test. I like the idea of it being much more environmentally friendly because there isn't a lot of packaging. It's in a solid format. And I was actually interested in trying to see how on earth is this going to work out. What is it going to be like to look after if you hold that as a foundation, with regards to being a solid foundation as well and made up of oils. I, having worked with natural stuff and making my own creams and stuff like that, I know that if you have something of a solid format, unless you could put certain other ingredients in it to make sure that it stays solid, when it heats up and things get really hot, they tend to melt and they also tend to oxidize. So I was actually really interested to see how this works out on the skin. Plus, on top of that, I'm extremely oily, and generally speaking, I stay away from foundations with oils in them. But sometimes, actually, to some people, the advice is usually if you're extremely oily, one thing to combat that is to use oils as well, and hopefully eventually that will help reduce the amount of oils, because what it does is it fools your skin and your body into thinking that it has enough production of oil, so it doesn't need to overproduce it. So I thought, for many reasons, I'll give this one a try and see what it's like. So we're going to test it out for a few hours today and see how it is. For those of us with very, very oily skin all over the face, what is it like? Worth buying, or might be good for the environment, but leave it alone. Let's find out. Right, so just go and get started. Just to let you know, the primer that I've got on is this one here, which is the Becca Evermatte Poreless primer. And I didn't put any moisturizer on. Eyebrows are already done. Eyes are almost there. So yeah, so we're gonna get started. So it comes in this package, which is almost like a Matchbox packet. And you pull it out, and voila, and it's like so. Now straight off, I've got a negative, which is that because obviously you can see in here part of it has been broken because it goes soft, and also there is a section here where you're supposed to be able to hold on to and keep your finger there, and it tells you what the color is, which is for me is 35W. It was between 35W and 33W, so I'm glad I didn't go for the higher numbers. There's a 37, but I think those were cool and neutral, so it wasn't for me. And then the next lot jumped up to 38, and they also had a warm 38 to a warm 38, but that would have been too dark. So hopefully this is the right one. But again, touching it, you can see that part of it comes off on your finger, so it is a bit of a mess, to be honest. I can tell you straight off, some of it's come off in the packaging, as you can see. So this is something you have to keep in the fridge. Granted, it's been a bit hot lately in London and Southeast, average 26, 27 or 28 degrees. Today it will get up to, well, it was supposed to get up to 30 degrees, but it got up to 39 degrees. It is fairly late. Because I've been playing with my phone, you can't really see the time in there, but it's 13:23. Hopefully, if I leave my phone alone, it will change and then you will be able to see the big clock. So without further ado, and it's got the black, almost like plastic part here. I don't think it's plastic actually. If it is, it might be biodegradable. So biodegradable or recyclable. So yeah, so you've got that. My neighbors are playing out there. So you've got that. So let's just get going. Yeah, it does look a bit dark, but it might end up being okay actually. So, I'm going to use a sponge, and I'm going to try and go for section by section. I'm not too sure about the coverage so far. The thing I'm finding a bit of a mess is I'm getting it on my fingers. So you really have to keep your fingers there, otherwise you're just going to get it all over the place. So using a sponge, a damp sponge, let's try and apply it, and then we can see what the coverage is like. Okay, so foundation is on. As you can see, the time now is 1:30. I'm not going to be able to keep this on for too long, probably about 6 hours. Honestly, I can't see this lasting for too long, but I may be wrong. I'm going to go and finish off the rest of my face. Again, as usual, no hacks. I'm just going to set it. I am going to set it with powder. I do that every single time with foundations anyway, but as soon as I put the powder in, I'll dust it off and everything, and then with a setting spray, set the rest of my face. That's the routine anyway. Okay, see you in a moment. Righty, this is my face all done now. So I'll see you all in a few more hours. I'm only going to keep this on for about 5 hours. It is Sunday, and I'm not about wearing makeup on a Sunday unless I'm going out, but I'm not going anywhere. Movie time, Wakanda forever. Wakanda, yeah, I missed it at the cinema, so it's time to go and watch Black Panther. But before that, Formula One is on, the Austrian Grand Prix. I love fast cars, I love big engines, I love a lot of noise and bikes and so on. I'm a fanatic and engine kind of motorhead, so I am off to enjoy myself. See you in a few hours. Hey everyone, quick update. The time that is 8 minutes past 4. So I've had this on for at least 3 hours now, or around the 3 hour mark. This is my face. There is shine on my nose. There is shine around this area and this area, and my pores are more prominent and more obvious. That tends to happen when I get oily anyway. You tend to see that. I have to say though, however, around this particular area here, my skin feels really kind of like hot and clammy, and my pores feel as if they're kind of clogged up, and I just feel as if I want to scratch and I want to take the foundation off. The rest of the face, however, is fairly dry. I mean, this area is nice and dry, so it's around here, so it's not a major problem. So it's just the problem areas of just here, which is very standard, which is very normal. If any part of my face, well, I get oily all over the face anyway, but the parts which get oily first, always, my nose, I'm yawning, sorry, my nose and this area. So that is not different, but this is 3 hours in. And yeah, I'm starting to feel kind of uncomfortable. And there you have it. So good evening, everyone. It is now 19 minutes or 44 minutes past 7. So it's time for me to take this off. I've hit the 6-hour mark. So I'm just going to quickly try and go through everything, the positives and the negatives, so that you make up your own mind. For me personally, this is not a summer foundation for me at all, despite the positive stuff about saving the environment, helping the environment, being ethically sourced, being kind of not mess free, but kind of packaging free, being vegan. I'm finding myself using more and more vegan stuff, but don't get me wrong, this is not a vegan channel. I will still use other products. I'm not there yet, so I'm just telling you as it is. But I don't have a problem using vegan products at all. But though I take that into account, I found that the most negative part for me was actually being able to handle it in this type of weather. It has been exceptionally hot the last week, and it will continue to be so, as I said earlier. So this is perfect time for testing out mattifying products. However, it is a mess. It can easily become a mess. Melt it in your hands, melt it inside the packaging. I ordered it yesterday. Did the next day delivery, and it's already melted, and I already lost part of the part which I kept rubbing on the end of the packaging, and I lost a bit of the foundation. So you take that into account. And when I was handling it as well, it's a bit finicky. The part where you're supposed to hold your finger and be able to use it is it's kind of slipped off as well. So again, it's a bit of a mess. My advice would be, you need to keep this thing in the fridge if you wanted to continue to hold its shape and be able to remain solid. For me, also with regards to the fact that I am very oily and having used an oily foundation, it's not bad at all. So you can see the shine here, which is quite bright and quite prominent. But it's not so bad. These outer areas of my face is so dry, but most of my, I would say from this area up to about there and outward, most of my face has actually become oily. The worst parts are this, my nose, which is common. My pores do feel more visible, but again, that's actually quite common with foundations once the oil starts coming through. My face does feel, especially around my nose area and this particular area here, does feel really kind of clogged up and heavy, and I'm actually quite aware that I've got foundation with oil included in there. However, perfect for those with dry skin. If you need something moisturizing with a glow, this is a beautiful foundation for you to have. It really does work. And also what's great about it is that it seemed to work really well with other products that you add onto it. The powder worked fantastically well. The creamy concealer also made the life so much easier to blend it, so easy. Got it into the skin. It was really lovely and sunk into the skin and became really one with the complexion. So absolutely fantastic with that part of it. Yeah, and I think that's it. And I think what I would probably do is I will buy this again for regards to supporting the environment and so on, but also because I think this will be a perfect one for wintertime when this kind of the skin tends to dry a bit more. This will probably work a lot better wintertime for those of us who are extremely oily than it would do in the summertime. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one for the summertime, but it's not so bad. It's not the worst I've ever had, but it's still not the best either. And really now at this stage now, I'm looking for foundations which are really great up there, and I'm not looking for the OKs. They're just not quite right for me. But there are more reasons to buy this than there are negative reasons, or whichever skin type you have. It's up to you. Make up your own mind. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment if you haven't already. We are growing really lovely, really nicely as well, but it does help YouTube suggest my channel to other people. So if you haven't commented, do leave a comment and let me know what you think. My shade, perfect shade, will be 33W. I will try and put the different shades that I actually wear as a standard now in the description bar. So if you want to work out which color shade you should be getting, that might help you a little bit. And yeah, so I'll see you all very soon. Bye.